Hi. So many issues trending today, Steve.
Many.
The ACG boss reassigned, which is pretty much a nice way of saying he's been sacked.
Yeah, nice way of saying go home, don't come back. Go to the minister who said that ECG has failed woefully. Go, so he will reassign you. That's nice, isn't it?
But then the thing too is that ECG is just a company distributing the power.
I know.
So I mean,
there's more to it than just ECG.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Well, like we said, so many issues trending today. ECG boss has been reassigned, but seriously, will it resolve the doom source situation? What am I even saying? The doom situation. Well, the director of procurement is now in charge, so maybe he will use his procurement skills to procure more electricity for us. In a related development, ECG workers are now an endangered species. People are blaming them for the doom. So please, like we've said already, ECG does not produce electricity. They only distribute it. So maybe you should channel your anger elsewhere. I know it's frustrating. We're all facing the pinch, but hey, what can we do? Well, what we are discussing today, the Ghana Armed Forces says they did not lash the girls in the Wa Islamic High School. So who did?
But I guess let's take it.
Good afternoon to you. But I speak much.
So this is our discussion for the day. We'll be right back.
Joy News Interactive is brought to you in association with
Surfline. It's about time.
We've shared the pictures on Facebook. Please send your comments. A lot of you are angry. Remember, we're on facebook.com/Joy News on TV. We're also on Twitter at Joy News on TV or at JN Interactive GH. You can also send us an email. It's joynews@multitvworld.com, or send your messages through on WhatsApp. The number is 0540109009. Our social media handles again, facebook.com/Joy News on TV, twitter.com @Joy News on TV or at JN Interactive GH. Send us an email, joynews@multitvworld.com, or send your messages through on WhatsApp 0540109009, and we will retweet and rebroadcast your comments with the rest of the world. And Surfline proudly supports JN Interactive. Surfline, it's about time. Now, 2 students of the school sustained injuries when the soldiers allegedly beat them yesterday. The students were reportedly demonstrating against hikes in school fees. The police were called in to restore order, but failed as students allegedly pelted them with stones. The soldiers were then called in by the head teacher to restore order, and they did just that by allegedly assaulting the students. Let's watch the video.
But I guess let's take it.
Good afternoon to you. But I speak much and concentrate on your studies. Okay? Don't follow any colleague of yours who doesn't think good to give you wrong advice. That let's go and do this. Don't do it. Don't go and do anything untrue. You are still
National staff this time. So we came into this situation. I was in the police. I was with the crime officer, in my office. When I went, some others some of the students were being chased, were being chased into the forest or something. So I didn't know who was chasing them anyway, whether they were police or later on the people invited us when I saw some girls down. So they were later on we see what it is.
So you saw the head teacher there, and you saw the students. Most of them were women. So, I mean, I don't get this. The girls were so strong that the police couldn't handle them, and so just had to be deployed to lash them. Honestly, I don't know. This really does not make sense to me. Let's look at this.
It was a miscommunication. I could see that they didn't know that some of us were around. That was why what happened there really happened. We are sorry for that. It will not happen again. The next time we come here, we'll try to manage the situation where said that the police will not do their own thing, whilst the soldiers also do their own thing. So we sincerely apologize for that miscommunication resulting into that brutality on some of your colleagues. We are sorry. It will never happen again.
That was actually the crime officer there at the school giving a comment on the situation. He said it was a miscommunication between the police and the army. Well, Colonel Agri Kwashi is the Public Affairs Director of the Ghana Armed Forces. He joins us on the telephone lines. Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam also joins us on the phone lines. Maybe we can get a bit more clarity on the issue. Welcome to Gen Interactive, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Now, Colonel Kwashi, did your men lash the young women?
No, please.
So what exactly happened? Why are reports coming out that they were beaten by the soldiers? Colonel Kwashi? Hello, Colonel? Okay, it seems we've lost him. Rafiq, are you online?
I'm online.
Hi, so can you just give us details? I mean, you've heard the colonel, he's saying the soldiers did not beat the young women, but you were there. Just reiterate again for us and let us understand exactly what happened.
To also be honest with you, I was also not around when the alleged brutalities were committed by the police, by the military. What actually happened was that I was in town when I heard the news. So I headed straight to the school, and then on my way to the school, I met some students of the school fleeing the school. Majority of them were ladies, and then also some of them were also men, but majority of them were ladies. And what actually happened was that I saw some of the students, especially the men, they removed their shirts and they were only wearing singlets, and then they were running into town. But I asked them why they were going to town. They told me that military men were there, and then they were allegedly beating them. So what actually transpired was that I moved straight to the school. By the time that I went there, I met the deputy crime officer who just spoke on the tape, on the video that you just
played,
which was just shown. He told me he was annoyed, and then he was annoyed. He was annoyed about what transpired, and he was talking and saying that the ministry didn't do well, what transpired. But later on, I got videos about what the military are alleged to have done, having the ladies lying on the floor while the whipping allegedly took place. So actually, I was not there, but that was what I was told, and I had still pictures of what transpired.
Okay, Colonel Kwashi is back online. I don't know if you heard the very end of what Rafiq said, that he got pictures that the ladies were made to lie down by some of your men. would you please comment on this for us?
Yes. When the soldiers got there, the students were still reacting, and so those who saw them, because you see they were on patrols, and so they were dressed in combat uniform. They did not dress like that because of the situation in the school, but they were on duty.
Okay.
So when they were called, they moved straight to the place in that outfit. So when the students saw them, some started running away. But I'm told the school is not fenced, and so people started running away. Those they met on the compound, they asked everybody to lie down. And for me, that was a way of trying to get those who are causing trouble. Or if you ask everybody to lie down, definitely the person is throwing a stone at somebody or at an object, he can't do that. And so they asked everybody to lie down, not only the female students. Everybody who was around, they asked them to lie down. And I think they stayed down there for as long as the soldiers were there. And they stayed not more than 30 minutes.
Okay.
And so if people took pictures of people lying down, yes. But that was done because they wanted to cut them off from the troubles they were causing.
Okay, but we have visuals of 2 students who were allegedly injured from an alleged beating. Rafiq, would you like to share some of that with us, these students who were beaten?
Actually, what happened was that these were the 2 students that I bumped into when the other colleagues, when their colleagues were bundling them, was taking them to the hospital, which is very, very close, which is just a stone throw from the school. And so I bumped into them, and these were the very first pictures that I took from the scene. But actually, what happened was that I don't want to argue with the colonel at the other side, but I think that he should have listened to what the deputy crime officer said. If there was no any alleged beating, why was he apologizing?
Why was he apologizing? Exactly. Colonel Kwashi, would you like to speak to that,
yes,
please?
It's like the crime officer did not even know that somebody superior to him had called the soldiers to come there. Well, I listened to him on one of the TV stations. And from what he was saying, it's like he didn't even know that the soldiers had been called to the place.
But then his exact words were, "We are sorry for the brutality."
No, you see, then who caused the brutality? The soldiers did not cause any brutality. That is what I'm saying. The soldiers did not cause any brutality. And so if he's saying they are sorry for the brutality, then I don't know where that brutality came from.
So who beats the girls? I mean, why do we see them being carried and some are crying? I mean, did they just make it up?
Look, we've all been students before. If you look at the graphic story, that says soldiers have gone to brutalize students. The last paragraph is talking about students taking on their colleague students because they have gone to eat. It's like they are sabotaging their effort, or they are going against what all of them are agreed to do. And so a student could have injured a colleague student.
And we'll
just not looking at it from that perspective.
Sorry to cut you, but would they just up and say the soldiers beat us then if it was a colleague student?
Oh, no, so I've been a student before, you've been a student before. So you think that when deliberately or inadvertently you have injured your colleague, you own up that, oh, I did this, when you can easily get a scapegoat?
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Colonel Kwashi.
You're welcome, my dear.
All right. We'll be right back with your comments on Facebook. Like I said, we shared the story on Facebook, and a lot of you are angry, especially the fact why the army had to be called in to the school in the first place when the police were there. We'll be right back. And you're still watching GN Interactive with me, Ifwakwa Harrison. We have been telling you about a story coming all the way from the Upper West Regional Capital, Wa, where students of the Wa Islamic SHS were allegedly beaten by soldiers. If you just joined us, we were speaking to Colonel Agri Kwashi on the telephone lines, who said that it is not true. His men did not touch the students. Anyway, we've been asking on Facebook what you guys think. If the Ghana Armed Forces did not lash the girls, who did? And here are just a few of your comments. Junior loves Camry. I just read the full story on My Joy Online, and I was shocked to hear Colonel Kwashi say because the police had failed to maintain law and order, the military had to use necessary strategies to get the students to fall in line. Wow, the police couldn't control the students. And so what if there were no army officers around? Very shameful act, and the perpetrators should be brought to book. God save us all. No, for God knows, Billy, you say they have applied the minimum force. Bernard Kwame Hart, you are shocked in this era. How and why? It's a pity. And who ordered them? Seems the nation is becoming lawless. How is this possible? To barbaric. God's will. Adebayo Morte says it's a shame the headmaster, the head of the military in that area must be fired. The head of the military team that was deployed there must be queried. Mensa John Aidan. Ghana Air Force guys. Pa. Ahanta Kofi III, you have a different submission. You say it's very necessary. If people don't want to hear, you make them hear by force. Kudos. And then you go on to have an argument with someone else on our Facebook page, but I won't go through that. Samuel Blay, but where were the police? Yes, the police were there, Samuel. I thought they were tasked to handle events such as these, so the police could not have quelled such tensions, but rather the military. Oh, my heart goes out to the victims. So that's from Samuel Blay. Nana Kwame Info says this can only happen in Ghana. This is what happens when injustice becomes law. And those are just a few of your comments coming through on social media. So what is the public saying out on the streets? Let's take our next video blog.
I may have gone that too far. They haven't done a good thing. But it looks like, I may say, they are newcomers in the service. That is why they took the law on their own hands. But actually, it doesn't look fair. But the authorities must advise them in case of the next time. They should not, when such a thing occurs, it shouldn't happen as it has happened.
For armed forces, I don't think it's right. I mean, this is mainly a police issue.
I feel it's sheepish on their behalf to go up to that extent. If anything at least they should know the reasons of the students and take it from there, but they just can't start lashing them and stuff and things like that. That's, inhuman.
What they did wasn't very nice. I mean, you can't treat a human being like an animal.
It's not the best. They have their rights to protest upon things that are not good. So at least they should give them the time limit at least to listen to what the students have or what they have to say. But they shouldn't brutalize these students for brutalizing sake.
To me, it is not right. Brutalization in Ghana or even in the whole world should be stopped. The military shouldn't take the power they have as military people to brutalize, innocent citizens. We have the right to share our views and to be concerned about whatever goes on in the nation. So they have every right, the students have every right just to express their views. Yes, so they need not to be brutalized.
And it's still JN Interactive, proudly supported by Surfline. Surfline, it's about time. But before we take what's trending, Kingsford Ajekum has a very interesting submission here on Facebook. Hey, please let us not condemn the soldiers or the police. Students are capable of doing anything at any possible time. Without minimum force, there's no way anyone can control them. Let's ask, is it important to allow them to do what they like before Ghanaians will question the security, or to control them through minimum force? So that's from Kingsford Ajekum. Lord, take it away with what's trending.
Looking for me? Well, I'm caught up in the doom and I'm waiting the plan to be turned on to give me light. But whilst we wait, William Houston Mensah woke up as the ECG boss, but the same cannot be said when he goes to bed later tonight. Why? The president has handed him a reassignment letter. But on social media, however, it's buzzing that he's been sacked. Let's go find out how people are taking it. This is a tweet from Sadiq. Sacking the ECG boss won't change anything, but well, we live to see. Well, obviously the ECG boss was the one drinking the water in Akosomo Dam, and hence the doomso. Incompetence, Pani. Oh, Charlie. That's almost Ipoku. Emmanuel Kofi Amwa says that news that the ECG boss has been fired didn't come as a surprise to me. But the fact that JD Mahama sacked him makes it a bit funny. Okay, what is funny about that, Emmanuel? This is Timothy. So the ECG boss has to proceed on an indefinite leave. Ghana they beat. Oh well. Sacking the ECG boss is like sacking the cook because she can't afford to buy foodstuffs. Oh, that's from Jerome. So the lights are still not back. Sacked or reassigned? If what do you think? Oh, the Janessa just kicked in. I'm wondering how much my CEO Kwesichum is spending on power alone. This has been What's Trending. My name is Lord Kote.
Lord, he's been sacked though.
Lord is sarcastic. Kwesichum will get you.
He will get you. But I do wonder, because you know what? You know the parking lots right by Joy FM? They brought another gen set.
That's a plant, a whole plant.
A whole plant.
Thanks to ECG, we have to improvise, Charlie. It's not easy. I mean, I haven't had lights all week. I've enjoyed lights for about 12 hours. It's
just crazy. A few hours and it's off. This morning they came on before I woke up. Then it went off a few hours.
Again. So it's very sad. I mean,
very sad.
It's sad.
Maybe they are saving it for Christmas.
Saving it for Christmas.
Anyway, we have to go.
Are you a politician? That's a lousy excuse. My name is Stephen N.
My name is Efo Akwa Harrison. Enjoy your weekend.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Joy News Interactive was brought to you in association with
Surfline. It's about time.